Alright, so this is what if Naruto, well, what if the Uzumaki clan survived? And it's going to be a movie. And in this story, Fugaku is going to be the fourth Hokage, and Minato is going to be the fourth Uzukage. And that means Minato is going to have to be a full-blooded Uzumaki, which ain't Naruto. A full-blooded Uzumaki. Then pause vid real quick. So basically, Minato would still have the flying rising and stuff. Because he was younger, he would live in a leaf. So he would still, be that goat Minato. He would just have more chakra, basically. And Kushina's name would be like even more feared, knowing that the entire Uzu Shiogakure is behind her. But on the day when they held the nonsense baby, Obito would still try to attack. And they would, unfortunately. And then when unfortunately unseal the nine-tailed fox out of Kushina, but Uzumaki chakra chains will easily keep it down, as they sealed it in the Naruto, keeping them alive. So yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Then Naruto and his friends would start to train. You know what I'm saying? Him, his buddy Menma, and his buddy Saruto. And they would be playing, before they start training, to become a ninja. And they would see a little girl hurt on the outskirts of the village. I'm gonna say, a mile away from, the village gates. And they would bring her back to his dad. And Naruto's dad would say, oh, this girl is a Uzumaki. But she's from the grass village. And then Naruto would say, can she stay here, Dad? And then he would say, she don't have anywhere to go. And then Naruto would say, how about she live with us as my adopted sister? And then Kushina and Minato, of course, say yes. Now Naruto has a sister, you know what I'm saying? So now, we will go to everybody's training. Saruto's family would be a Uzumaki clan, but they would also be a mixed heritage. So they would be like the people in the clan who mostly study swords. And so their son, I'm gonna say that everybody graduated when they were 14. And Saruto, Naruto's friend, is gonna be a mixed, a mixed Uzumaki. He is mixed with mist and Uzumaki blood. And he would master Uzumaki and a mist style taijutsu. He would have fire, wind, and lightning chakra natures. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And he would know jutsu and no chakra nature, you know what I'm saying? He would know all the basic jutsu and the shuriken and stuff. And he would have his own 7-ninja mist swordsman sword, the needle blade. Someone who their parents defeated in their when they were young in their ninja career. He would say that he aspires to be the strongest 7-ninja mist swordsman ever. He said he don't even need to be able to use all 7 blades. He just want to be able to use 3 and master them. And that would be his goal, to become the most powerful swordsman ever. Then when it came to Menma would be one of those people who were blessed with God's chakra. The 86 pounds chakra. And he would actually unlock the Rinnegan at birth. So his eyes would be like the Rinnegan forever. And that's why he would be heavily protected. So, in his training, when you have the Rinnegan, he has all 5 basic chakra natures. And he's mastered the Uzumaki style taijutsu. Yeah. And pause the video, bro. So now, and he would master 2 of the Well, he'll master one of the Renegon's abilities, the Almighty Push and the Universal Pull. You know what I'm saying? So he's decent. And then Karin would master Uzumaki style Taijutsu. Not as much. She would master like the intermediate, but she wouldn't master the advanced like Menma. And she would be a great healer and ninja. And she would have basic water, fire, and earth chakra natures. And she would be versed in a lot of genjutsu. So she would be decent. But my boy Naruto, he would master Uzumaki, Namikaze, Senju, and Uchiha style Taijutsu. He would master his wind, earth, and water chakra natures. And he would be a perfect seal master. That's what he would get done. Everybody need to know some version of seals because that's a basic requirement for the academy. And Naruto will be the Rookie of the Year for the academy. So, the Leaf, they would, they would also, send their Genin, let their academy to become Genin at 14. And Sasuke will have 3 Tomoe Sharingan because, again, the Uchiha clan never dies. He will have mastered fire and lightning chakra nature to Uchiha style Taijutsu and Uchiha style sword style. So he will be a formidable foe. And he will have great genjutsu. And he will already have his Kirin and giant fire phoenix, and great fire phoenix jutsus, both which he created. A giant lightning dragon coming from the sky and a giant fire phoenix coming from the sky. So, Uzu Shiogakure and Konoha would take missions together, and their Genin teams would, like, some Uzus would be stationed in the Leaf as Genin, and some Leaf would be stationed in Uzu as Genin. And Naruto and his team would head to the Leaf. His team would consist of his adopted sister Karin, his homeboy Min, and his homeboy Saruto. Their team is OP. But Sasuke team would consist of him, Sakura, and Sai and Shin. Sai is, the Sai from the show, and Shin is his brother. His older brother, by like a year. So now, all of the Genin from Uzu and Konoha would meet. And then Kushina would be Naruto's team captain, like the Jonin Sensei, and Kakashi and Itachi would be Sasuke's Jonin Sensei. Well, no, I'm gonna say Kakashi is Naruto Sensei, since Itachi is Sasuke Sensei. Yeah, his mom not nobody Sensei, but she do teach him from time to time. Like Karin teach her a monstrous strength, and Karin kind of took a bet after Kushina. So then Kakashi and Itachi would say, "Rookie of the Year, step forward." Naruto and Sasuke would step forward. They would look at each other. They would say, "He don't look like a Rookie of the Year." Then both of them would say at the same time, "What? You saying I didn't earn this?" Then both of them would say, "What, you must want to fight about it?" Then they would say, "Huh? Do you?" And then Itachi and Kakashi would say, "Let it go, you two. We both know that you're Rookie of the Years, so there's no reason to fight." Then they would say, "Oh, I thought he was trying to get hectic." And then all the girls would be like, "Naruto, Sasuke, beat Naruto, Sasuke." And then girls would be saying, "Naruto, whoop him. Naruto, whoop him." And then they would both turn around and kick each other's foot. Naruto would say the Uchiha style. He would say, "Oh, I also know the Anbu style and the Senju style." Naruto would say, "I know the Uchiha style, Senju style, the Uzumaki style, and the Namikaze style." Then Sasuke would say, "Oh, so you know 4 and 3. I bet you don't know how to use a sword." Naruto would say, "Nah, I just picked that up." I'm just not trying to learn how to use a sword after we left. He would say, if you don't know how to use a sword, how are you even here? He would say, because I'm the best sealer probably in our village. Beside a couple high-ranking sealers, my dad and my mom, and my uncle and my granddad Jiraiya. And then Sasuke would say, believe it. Naruto would say, watch your steps. Sasuke would say, what? And then the seal would explode. Naruto would say, I told you I'm one of the best sealers. I would never let you get that close to me in a real fight. And then Sasuke would activate his Sharingan. And he would say, that was all against Jutsu. Naruto would say, Naruto would release it. And then Sasuke would say, that's all against Jutsu. And then Naruto's seal would actually explode on Sasuke. And Sasuke would say, dang it, another one? And Naruto would say, one step ahead of you. And then they would be fighting with their blade. Well, with their taijutsu. And then both of them send that giant jutsu at each other. Naruto would say, great. Naruto would say, great water. Great water whale jutsu. And then a giant whale, like water creature, would go at Sasuke. Like a giant whale that's just water. And then Naruto would say, great earth bear jutsu. And then he would say, wind fox jutsu. And then giant wind fox, a giant earth bear, and a giant water will be going at Sasuke. And then Sasuke would say, Kirin. And the giant lightning dragon would take out the other two jutsu. Then he would say, great fire phoenix. And then the phoenix would take out the fox. All of them would be dispersed. And then Sasuke and Itachi would grab the two, and they would say, and they would put one hand behind their back and put them on the ground. They would say, stop it. You're going to hurt somebody. And then Naruto and Karin would say, hurt who? And then everybody at Konoha and the rest of the Uzumakis would be scared. They would say, we battle with him on the daily. This is nothing. And then all the kids from Konoha would say, what? Naruto would say, this is my squad, the Uzu squad. And then Karin would say, I'm probably the best healer out of our new Genin group and have the most raw physical strength. And I have great taijutsu and genjutsu capabilities. Men would say, I have the rarest Aike Genkai ever. And you know what else? I have all 5 basic chakra natures, and I master taijutsu style. Then, that boy would come out. The boy Saruto would say, I'm a great swordsman, have 3 chakra natures, and 2 taijutsu styles. So, I don't think you want to battle me. And then they would say, Naruto's stronger than all 3 of y'all? They would say, oh, yes. Karin would say, I probably can't take that Sasuke kid in the fight. Minma would say, I know I can. And then Saruto would say, I probably could. Sasuke would say, you all think you can fight me? Battle me then. And then they would say, okay. Then Minma would put out his hand. He would say, move Naruto. Naruto would jump out the way. He would say, a mighty push. But he wouldn't do it as much strength because, he might blow some stuff up. And he would knock Sasuke into a tree. And then Saruto would be right in front of Sasuke with a needle blade to his heart. And then he would say, you still want to fight? Then Naruto would come to the side, put his tongue to Sasuke's neck. And Sasuke would have moved in. Karin would punch over the tree, showing how much strength she has. And Sasuke would like, I can't beat them by myself. And he would say, dang it, I just have to get stronger. Then they would be inside their missions, and Naruto's team would do so many D-rank missions using shadow clones, because they're all Uzumakis, they have that type of chakra. And then they'll finally get sent on a C-rank mission. But they'll have to do it with Sasuke's team. Naruto would say, our team is strong enough, Uncle Fugaku, and Fugaku would say, Minato said to do this so you and your cousin Sasuke can get along better. With your god brother Sasuke can get along better. And he would say, what? Why? And then Minato would say, and then Fugaku would say, Minato said You should better get along and better complete the mission accordingly. And then Naruto would say, okay. Then in the wave mission, Zabuza and Mochi would appear. Naruto would say, nobody needs to fight. Go ahead, Saruto. We already know what your dream is. Our team do it anyway. And he would say, that's the second blade I need. I only need one more. And then Naruto would say, Zabuza, and then Saruto would say, Zabuza and Mochi, I challenge you. Zabuza would say, aren't you a Uzu brat? He would say, don't you see the brown? Don't you see that my hair is half red, half brown? On part of the legacy of the sword, 7 ninja swordsmen I missed. My family are the legendary ninja swordsmen ancestors. And then he would say, so you came to challenge me for my blade for your right little place. And then he would say, I already have one. Somebody who my parents defeated. The needle blade. And then he would say, oh, so you're after my execution, my cutie bocho. He would say, of course. And then he would say, go. And then, after that, let me pause the video. My fault for the camera. My fault for how the phone was angled. I didn't even mean to do that. But Sasuke would say, why did he get to get the sword? Naruto says, because it's his legacy. He's a part of the legacy. And then Sasuke would say, Naruto would say, go. And then Saruto would be battling Zabuza on a little bit more than equal ground. He would be slowly winning against Zabuza. But then Naruto would see a similar fly out of nowhere. He would then blow a wind stream at it. And then he would say, Karin, handle whoever's in that tree. And then Karin would say, okay, Captain. And then Sasuke would say, why are they calling you Captain? Naruto says every team has a team captain. That's why there are 3-man teams. Or in our case, a 4-man team. The Jonin Sensei is just a Jonin Sensei. They're not the captain of this team. Because once all of us become Chunin, we don't have to be under our Jonin Senseis anymore. And we chose to become a team. Then Minamo would say, protect the target. Naruto would say, yeah, man, that's all I need you to do. And then Minamo would say, okay, target protected. Because it will be water clones going at the target, Tazuna. Zabuza's target, Tazuna. Then Naruto would say, Kakashi. He would say, of course, Naruto, we both need to be ready. And then Sasuke would say, we're not even doing nothing, we just let him do it. Then Sasuke would say, Sakura, go and follow the girl Karin and heal her in case she gets hurt. And then he would say Sai and Shin, help him protect his Zabuza target. And then Naruto would say Sakura doesn't need to go. Karin can heal herself. He has a special power where if she bites herself, if somebody bites her, they can heal herself instantly, and it counts for her if she bites herself. And then Sasuke would say, y'all use that? He would say, no, but she do. And then Sasuke would say, well, I guess it's her body. But let me get back to the mission. Saruto would just defeat Zabuza, and he would already have the Kiribocho on his back. He was about to stick the needle blade through Zabuza, but it stuck through Haku and Zabuza, killing them there. While after Saruto fixed their graves and buried them in respect and having respect for another ninja Miss Swordsman, he would, make the graves and stuff. And after he made their graves, Gato would come out. Gato would say, I'm not going to pay them anything. I wasn't going to pay them anyway. Then he would say, what? You weren't going to pay them? Well, then why did they just risk their life? So you saying I got his sword for no reason? And then Gato would say, I guess you did. He says, I know what Zabuza would have did. He would have put his needle blade in like a small holster on the side of his, it's like a belt. He would put it in a holster, and then he would take out the execution blade. He would say, I know what Zabuza would have did. And then he would cut through Gato's man, and then he would fall on the ground. He would be scooting back, And then he would say, no, I'll give you whatever we want. He would say, give me all of your money and everything. Then he would put the executioner blade, the whole executioner blade around Gato's neck. And then Gato would say, here's everything. This is GPS. It tells you where it at. And then he would grab it. He would say, thanks. See you in the afterlife. And then he would snap, and then he would cut off Gato's head. And he would throw Gato's head in the ocean and kick his body in the ocean. And Tazuna would be so happy. And then he would give Tazuna the GPS. And once they got there, they would see a whole bunch of swords, like actually decent to use swords. And he would say, Naruto, can we stay here a little longer so I can train some troops for this village in case somebody like Gato come back? They could at least be around, like tuning level. If they follow my teachings, Naruto would say, of course. But you can't use your 7-inch missed swords. They have a special purpose. He would say, oh yeah, of course. I brought my katana in one of these holding cells. It's a lot of katana blades in here. And then Naruto would say, sure. We'll stay here a little longer if you think you can teach these people to protect themselves. And then they would stay there about a week. And then he would leave a book. He would leave about 5 books, and he would give it to the Tazuna and the village elders, and he would say, give this book to anybody who wants to become a very powerful warrior to protect this and the village only, but do not use the sword in vain to attack others or pillage, because this is for protection only. And then Tazuna would say, I'll make sure I uphold this as the builder and one of the 5 village leaders. The other village elder would say, whatever you wish. And they would be off. They would head back to the leaf. They would tell about their mission. And the Hokage would say, Naruto, Sasuke. What a Hokage, Fugaku would say, great teamwork and leadership skills. And once they got back to Uzu, Minato would congratulate Naruto on finding his second sword. And then Naruto would say, what sword do you have on your mind next? The twin Thunder Fang swords? The paper bomb sword? Samehada? Which one, bruh? And then he would say, I don't know. And then Naruto would say, whichever one comes first, or he would say, the paper bomb sword would be useful, but it'll cost a lot to keep replenishing it. The twin fang sword, I have an affinity for lightning, but it's not that strong. And then he would say, what are the last 2 swords called? And then Naruto would say, let me think about it. Y'all have to work. Let me pause the video. Let me tell y'all. Y'all have to work with me, bro. I've forgotten the name of the last 2 swords, but I know what they look like. So, yeah. Naruto would say, so you mean the hammer axe sword? Or the fan sword? And then he would say, it's not a fan. And it isn't a hammer axe. It's a chained destruction. It's a chain destructor of a sword. And then Naruto would say, so which one are you going to get? He said, I'll probably get Samehada. Or the paper bomb blade, whichever one comes first. But those are the 2 ones I need the most. And then Naruto would say, oh, okay. Then Minato would say, your next mission is to go into the Chunin exams and fight hard. And that's the end of this video. Not the end of this video. I gotta pause it real quick. I gotta do something. So, alright. And then when Naruto and Sasuke joined the war, well, not the war, but the Chunin exams, they would meet each other. Like when Naruto came to the Leaf for the Chunin exams, and then Naruto would say, Sasuke, you're so weak. Even with your Kage Genkai, you could never match up to me. And then Sasuke would say, what? You don't even have a Kage Genkai. And then Naruto would say, what? That's how I do. And then Sasuke would say, what is it? He would say this. And then chakra chains would pop out everywhere. And then Sasuke would say, what is that? And Naruto would say, it's my Kage Genkai. Chakra chains, bruh. Only the Uzumaki can use it. Karin has mastered hers, I mastered mine. So, yeah. Then Sasuke would say, sure. And then all the people in Uzu, would pass their Genin, and the people pass their Genin from Konoha would pass from Konoha. Then it would be the force to death. And Orochimaru would be after Sasuke, but Itachi and Kakashi would stop him. So yeah. And now let's go to the fighting portion. It would still be Naruto versus Kiba. And Kiba would be scared to even battle Naruto. And Naruto would say, once my 15th birthday comes, well, once my 16th birthday comes, I'm going to get a powerful summoning jutsu from Kurama. But he would say, for now, you can play. And he would say, Wolfpack, summoning jutsu. And then he would say, I'm going to start off light. Great Wolfpack, summoning jutsu. Then Kiba gonna say, I can take more than that. Naruto would say, White Wolfpack, summoning jutsu. Kiba would say, you're weak still. Naruto would say, Black Wolfpack jutsu. Kiba would say, still so weak. Naruto would say, Heartbeat Eagle jutsu. And then the Heartbeat Eagle would come out, Naruto would be flying. Kiba would say, what? I was just flying. I didn't know you're gonna actually summon. Naruto would say, wolves, ravage them. And then the partner would say, stop the match. And Naruto would tell all his summoners to disperse. And when his bird dispersed, Naruto would land perfectly on one knee. Then Sasuke would say, great, good stuff, Naruto. Naruto would say, of course, you better do the same. And then Sasuke would going up against a chakra guy, you know, the guy who, like, has, like, the chakra hand. Whatever, and the true ninja who went up against Sasuke, then Naruto would be like, Sasuke, you better do him. Sasuke would say, of course. He would say, my new jutsu, Chidori. And then he would run at the dude with the Chidori. And he was about to pierce him. Then he would stop the Chidori at the dude's neck. And then he would say, in the match partner. And the dude would slap Sasuke with his chakra hand, sucking out Sasuke's chakra. Sasuke would say, well, you can't run away, so I might as well use these jutsu. Now he put up one hand, he put up his left hand, and then the sky would turn dark and lightning would be about to drop. Then he'll put up his right hand, and heat would start and then the whole stadium would get hot, and heat would start to form at one spot. And then he would say, Kirin, and great fire, and great phoenix. And then a giant fire phoenix and a giant lightning dragon would come out the sky, and they would be falling at the dude. The partner would say, Matt, stop. Sasuke would say, Kakashi. And then both of them say, Chidori. And they would cut through the lightning and the firebird. But straight lightning would still be going around. Naruto would say, Sharingan Jutsu, Rasengan. And then he would stop all of the, like the explosions. You know what I'm saying? And Minato would be there watching. He'd be like, what two powerful shinobi our sons ever become? And then they would say, of course. And then Fugaku would say, my sons are going to be the Gar of the Sand next. And Orochimaru wouldn't actually defeat Raza, because Raza, the Sand Village, is, like allied with the Leaf and the Whirlpool. And I'm going to say Minato was there when he got attacked. Trying to tell him about the Chunin exams. And then Hiyashi would say, Neji, you better defeat Naruto Uzumaki and bring great pride to the Hyuga. He would say, leave me alone, Hiyashi. I hate you. And then Hinata would say, Sasuke. Well, not Sasuke. She would say, Neji, Sasuke, Naruto, help him. And then she would say, Naruto and Sasuke help him, really, really quiet. You know what I mean? Now it'll be time for Naruto to battle that nigga Neji. Well, this will be a 1 month training. He would just work on his sword skills, you know what I'm saying? And now, Neji and now Naruto, you know what I'm saying, will be fighting Neji. And then Naruto will say, Then Naruto would say, Neji, why do you hate the Hyuga clan so much? He would say, Naruto, you don't know what the Hyuga clan did. They're the reason why my father died. Then Naruto would say, you know, it was for the betterment of the Hyuga clan. Then Neji would say, I don't care, I wanted my father back. Why couldn't Hiyashi go and die? He was the real person they were after. My father died because they look alike, and Hiyashi was born first. So, before you try to speak your ideals onto me, know what happened to me first. And then Naruto would say, bro, don't nobody care about you pouting like a little kid. If you want the Hyuga clan to change it yourself. Like, what? He not as the next heiress. Ask her to help you. She is your cousin after all. I'm sure she'll help you. Seems like a nice person, you know what I'm saying? And then Neji would say, shut up, you don't know anything. Naruto would say, oh, I don't? You realize I'm the clan head and the Hokage's son at the same time, correct? So, I've had to go through stuff like this. Not as much as getting my uncle or father killed, but, you know, somewhere around those lines. And then Naruto say, Neji, battle me with your strongest. I do not want this to be on your heart as you're battling me. And then Neji would say, let's fight. Naruto would say, Shadow Clone Jutsu. And then he would summon a big scroll, and Shadow Clones would be slapping, would just be jumping around, hitting the ground and the walls and stuff. And then Naruto would say, and then they would put something in the seal. Then Naruto would put it on his back. Neji would say, what was that? Naruto would say, you'll see. Then Naruto would say, great Wind Fox Jutsu. He'd say, Wind Fox Jutsu. And then Wind Fox would be going at and then the Wind Fox would be going at Neji. And then Neji would say, palm rotation. And as he did that, he would knock up seals, and then a seal would electrocute him. Naruto would say, I learned one fire jutsu and one lightning jutsu. He would say, great fireball. Then Neji would do the rotation again, but he would slightly get burnt. Then Naruto would go, but he would sunshine behind Neji, and then he would touch his back. He would say, lightning pop jutsu. And he would see electricity through his body, and Neji would collapse. Naruto would say, no need. Karin. And Karin would go down, and she would give Neji first aid medical and top-notch medical care. He would then say, Minima, and Minima would say, universal pull, and he would pull Neji to him, and he would sit Neji down. And then Naruto would sell shit up there. You know what I'm saying? Now it'll be Sasuke versus Gaara. Sasuke would say, Gaara, I know that you're a powerful opponent, but you won't defeat me. Gaara would say, I want your blood. Sasuke would say, you can't have it. And then Sasuke would be using his taijutsu to get closer and closer to Gaara. He would kick Gaara in the head, and Gaara would slam into the wall. Then Gaara would say, my blood. And he would go Jinchuriki state. Naruto would say, Proctor, do not stop the match. He would then throw a pot of paper with a kunai on it. He would thought the Proctor would jump back thinking it's a paper bomb. He would say, attach this to yourself. It's a level 7 protective seal. And then Naruto would say, Shadow Clones. And he would put his chakra chains in like a dome-shaped area over the fighting arena. And then they would slap, then his clone would slap seals on top of it. And when Naruto moved the chakra chain, he would make a seal barrier. His dad, both of the fathers would say, great. And then Raizo would say, so Gaara can go full power. He would say, if Gaara starts to crack it, my son Naruto just gonna have to up it to the most powerful silk version. He got the level 10 barrier. And then Raizo would say, He would say, Gaara, go full power. Fugaku would say, Sasuke, go. Sasuke would say, Mangekyo. And he wouldn't be able to control his powers yet. And then he would get his sword. He would start slicing at Gaara, and Gaara would be sending sand at Sasuke. And he would fill up the whole arena with sand. And he would say, sand coffin. Sasuke would say, Chidori. He would cut through the sand. Then he would say, fire fist jutsu. And he would punch Gar in the face. Then he would say, fireball. Gar would say, sand shield. Then he would say, sand spikes. And spikes would pierce one of Sasuke's hands. He would say, do you think I need it? He would say, the same hand, he would say, Chidori. And he would just sling his hand in front of Gar. And Gar would make a sand wall, and the Chidori would slice through it and cut Gar on the face. And then Sasuke would say, twin lightning dragons. And then lightning dragon would be jumping around on the sand and attack Gar. And then Sasuke would say, fireball jutsu. Firebomb jutsu. And then the firebomb would explode. Sasuke would disappear in it. And he would say, this is something I learned from my brother. Water style. Great water wave. And then all the sand would get wet. He would say, I know you could probably make new sand, but it's going to be too late. He would then put a Chidori to Gar's neck, and the proctor would end the exam. But once he ended, Gar would try to attack him. But the attack wouldn't be able to destroy the seal. And then Naruto would say, I'm glad I gave him the seal. He was going to hit. Then Naruto would teleport down and cut Gar's sand arm that's wrapped around the proctor. And everybody would say, my Sasuke-kun won. And Hinata would say, on her breath, she would say, thanks, Naruto. And Ino would say, wow, Naruto's powerful. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Karin would, you know, she would heal Sasuke, and Sasuke would say, thanks. And then Karin would blush. She would say, not liking Sasuke, but being embarrassed. Because, you know, they're like step god siblings, like that. So, nah. She would blush because she feel good for helping so many people. She gets embarrassed every time somebody congratulates her. It kind of reminds me of, like, Chopper from, like, One Piece, but not, like, the way he act. It's like he always, every time he gets attention for helping somebody, he just be like, oh, guys, shut up, you know, and then he be, you know, he got, like, the personality thing, but, yeah. And then Sasuke would say, thanks, God, sis. She would say, of course. Then remember, Sarto would come out, they would say, Sasuke, boy, good fight. And then they walk over to Gar and try to shake Gar's hand. Gar would send sand at them. Minna would say, Almighty push. And Sarto would use his needle blade as like a fence. As like a fencing sword. And then he would use the fencing like the fencing shape and make air to keep the sand at bay. And then they would say, chill out, Gar. And then Minato would say, can I put the seal on him? Raza, he would say, will he still be able to use the power of the Tanuki? Minato would say, of course, but he won't get taken over. And then Raza would say, of course. Minato would flash and he would say, flying rising. And then Gar would say, what? But by the time Gar even realized it, he would already have the seal on him and Minato already be sitting back down. And then everybody would say, Naruto would say, Dad, you can't be sneaking in like that. You know I still can't keep up with your flying rising speed. Minato would say, who can? And then Fugaku would say, oh, Minato, so that's how you want to be. Because you know we can get it. And then they would start the tuning exams after that. Because they wouldn't need to see anything further. They would see everyone's skill. And then Minato and Fugaku celebrating their new tuning and Jonin, they would have a battle. And Naruto would say, Mom, I can't do the level 11 protector seal or the level 12. She would say, I can't even do the 12. And your dad created it. And then he would say, can I do the 10, then you do the 11 on top and under it? Like a layer. And then she would say, of course. Then they would say that Fugaku would then use his Susanoo. And Minato would say, oh, so that's how we're going to go. He would then use his Kurama avatar. Hold on. Listen. Naruto would get half a Kurama, his dad would get half a Kurama. Same as usual. And then they would be fighting. But this would have been like an arena. Like the Chunin exams arena. This would be like in a giant forest. But everybody would want to watch, but no one want to get hurt. So that's why Kushin and Naruto would do that. And if the fight did try to hurt people, Sasuke, Naruto's crew, Sasuke's crew, Kushina, Mikoto, Itachi, and Kakashi were there, to stop it. To stop people from getting hurt. And then, bro, they would just be throwing the hands, bro. And then Fugaku would catch Minato slipping under Genjutsu, but Minato released it, then use his flying rising to kick Fugaku. But Fugaku would then send a giant fire jutsu at Minato, and Minato would send a lightning jutsu at Fugaku, but the lightning jutsu would be dispersed and still hit Minato. And then they would go into a tense taijutsu spar, clashing sword to sword. And it would just be like, and then everybody was just like, what? We can barely see the battle. That's when Jiraiya and Tsunade came. And Fugaku's father, who I'm going to call the Forbidden Signing, because he was supposed to be a part of the signing group. He was like in their friend group, but he wasn't in the actual like their team. And then everybody turned out to say the Forbidden Signing, and he would have his eyes wrapped up because he would have went blind by using his Sharingan. He would still be a formidable shinobi, you know what I'm saying? He'll be like more powerful than Hiruzen. Like he'll be like as powerful as Orochimaru. Well, like much powerful as Tsunade, because she's the weakest son, he'll be that powerful. But if he had his eyes, he'll be rivaling Jiraiya and Orochimaru. You know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. But nobody knows that he had Orochimaru give him new eyes, new Sharingan, and he, but he still has his eye wrapped up. And then they'll be watching the fight. They'll say, great fight. Jiraiya and Tsunade will say, go Minato. And then Orochimaru will say, fight. And then the Forbidden Signing, Fugaku's father would say, go son. Go son. And then both of them would they'll be clashing. And then they would stop the fight after like 30 minutes of draw. And then they would say, you're still powerful. God. And then they would say, I never thought you'll still be able to beat me. And that would be reading my art. And then Fugaku would say, as soon as Sasuke gets the regular Sharingan, as soon as Sasuke can control his Mangekyo Sharingan, me, him, and Itachi are gonna pass around eyes. Sasuke's gonna get Itachi eyes. Itachi's gonna get my eyes, and I'm gonna get Sasuke's eyes. And we're gonna all have the eternal Mangekyo. Minato would then say, Kakashi is getting the hang of his Kamui. Naruto hasn't unlocked his Karma Avatar yet. And I'm only on stage 1 of my Karma Avatar. And then Fugaku would say, so there's more. And then Minato would say, of course, so we're going to see whose family going to do better. Don't worry. And then they're going to say, that's going to be the day. But then Naruto and Sasuke would say, I want at him. And then Minato would say, Fugaku? Fugaku would say, let him be. Naruto would set traps everywhere. And then Sasuke would hop on his new hawk. Naruto would say, hawk and crows. He would say, I don't even need my wolves. He would say, I'll show you somebody who prey on hawks like yours. Harpy Eagle. And then his Harpy Eagle would make the hawk pale in comparison. It would be 3 times bigger than the hawk. He would say, Harpy Eagle, charge it. The hawk wouldn't be prepared to battle a Harpy Eagle. Not even being a Harpy Eagle size, because the hawk isn't supposed to be 3 times smaller than Harpy Eagle. Harpy Eagle is supposed to be like 1.5 times hawk size. So the hawk isn't even continued growing yet. But neither has the Harpy Eagle. And Sasuke would say, fight him. And Fugaku would say, that's his natural enemy, Sasuke. You can't make something do that. Minato would say, I see your son isn't disciplined. And then Fugaku would say, I know, Minato, I know. And then Naruto would say, when the sky strike. And then a whole bunch of missile-shaped wind objects made out of wind would shoot down at Sasuke and chase him while he's on his hawk. And then he would say, "Did I tell you about the special abilities? What the special moves my Harpy Eagle can go through?" Sasuke would say no. Naruto would say, "Look, his Harpy Eagle would coat itself with wind chakra and boost his speed, and then it will open his beak and shoot out wind bullets, like wind bursts." And he would say, "What? How do you do that?" He would say, "All I have to do is supply my Pokemon with wind chakra, and it'll boost his speed, and he can fire propellers, well, projectiles of wind." And then Sasuke would say, "What? That's not fair. It's like you have a speedy, mobile Gatling gun." And Naruto would say, That's the thing about it. I do." And then Sasuke would say, "What?" And then the bird, and then he would hit his hawk, hit one of his hawk's wing, but Sasuke hawk will hold on. Then Naruto would hit the other wing, and the hawk will go down. Naruto would jump off his Harpy Eagle, but it would still be sending wind burst. Sasuke would say, "How?" Naruto would say, "I gave it a lot more chakra than just how much it needed at that moment. So he's going to be shooting projectiles at you for a long time, and you're going to fall into my traps." Sasuke would put Naruto in the Genjutsu, and Naruto would just be sitting there. Minato would say both of them have each other in a deadlock. And then Naruto would finally release it, but at that time, his summoning would be dispersed. Sasuke would say, "Chidori." Naruto would say, "Rasengan." Both of them would be about to clash. Itachi and Kakashi would stop both of them, and Fugaku and Minato would throw their attacks the other way, and it would explode on on a steel dome. And then they would say, "Are you crazy? You could have killed each other or blowed off each other's arms." Naruto and Sasuke would say, "What? We weren't gonna do that." And then they would say, "We're gonna start the jutsu before we clash and fist bump." And then they would say, "Oh, don't scare us like that. What's wrong with y'all?" Naruto would say, "What? Don't scare us like that. You dang near killed us." And then Fugaku would say, "Oops." And then it would have like a small little bitty crater to the side with like their body outline in the ground. And then Sasuke would say, "Yeah, Dad, you don't see this?" And then Fugaku would get off of him, and Minato would too. Kakashi and Itachi would say, "Look like our little brothers are gonna catch us soon." Then Minima would say, "I want to battle." Sarto would say, "I do too." And then Karin would say, "I'm good for today. The tuning exams were enough for me." And then Naruto would wear his new Jonin flat jacket. Everybody in Naruto's group would get a Jonin flat jacket. Sakura and Shin and Sai would both get a Chunin. We'll all get a Chunin flat jacket. You know what I'm saying? And Sasuke would get a Jonin flat jacket. Yeah. Everybody else who got what they got in the regular series got what they got in the regular series. Like Shikamaru was the only one out of the one who I just said who got Chunin in the regular show. So he's the only one who got Chunin here. Oh, and Gaara. Gaara got Jonin. So, yeah. Then Naruto would go back, and him and Sasuke would get a mission to infiltrate and take down the Akatsuki. Naruto and Sasuke would not be in the bingo book yet, but they would make a name for themselves as mercenaries. The Fox Flash? No, it didn't be the Fox Flash. Red Flash Jr. and Wicked Eye Jr. Because they call Fugaku Wicked Eye Fugaku, so they're going to call Sasuke Wicked Eye Sasuke. And then Naruto isn't going to be the Yellow Flash or the Red Flash like his father. He's going to be the Red Flash Jr. And everybody's going to know that they're their sons. And by the time they got to the Akatsuki was asking a whole lot of questions like, "Why you want to join?" Naruto and Sasuke would say, "Because our fathers won't allow us to become the next Hokage." They would say, "How do you know you have the ability to join?" They would say, "Because we kept our fathers at bay while we ran away." And then they would say, "But don't you know we have to tell?" Beast Naruto would say, "Of course. But my father has half of the nine tails, so we could take his half. You wouldn't even eat mine. That Pain would say, perfect, you can join. Naruto would then say, Samehada. And then Kisame would say, yeah, why? He would say, I admire your sword, but I would never be up to using it. And then Kisame would say, well, most people aren't up to it. He would say, can we go take a mission to take out Saruto Uzumaki? And then he would say, that boy has a pretty hefty bounty, don't he? And then they would say, yeah, he's called a forbidden swordsman. And then Kisame would say, sure. But once they got there, Saruto would kill Kisame and take his Samehada, and Naruto and him would fist bump. And Naruto would head back looking like he's brutally beaten. He would say, Pain, the kid killed Kisame. And then Pain would say, what, he killed Kisame? Naruto would say, he hurt me bad. I got damaged a lot. And then Sasuke would grin, knowing that Naruto was lying. And then Sasuke would keep on with that. He would say, Naruto, you're such a weakling. I thought you was as powerful as me. And then Pain would say, well, look like you and Sasuke are gonna have become partners. Naruto would say, okay. Then they would take out Deidara and Sasha when they tried to take out Gaara. They would, minimum by this time, this is around like Shippuden, Naruto would have mastered Flying Raijin, and Sasuke would have his Eternal Mangekyo, you know. And, you know what I'm saying, their boy Minma, the one with the Rinnegan, he would already have mastered all the Rinnegan capabilities. And Naruto would tell Minma in advance, and Minma would kill Deidara and Sasori with the help of Sakura, of course. Ugh. Whew, I don't like Sakura, but let me get back to the story. Then Pain would be like, why is everybody dying ever since y'all came? They would say, we don't know. And Naruto would say, I dang near die myself. And then Pain would say, watch your tone, or you will know Pain. Naruto would say, bro, we got to give it up, bro. We had y'all surrounded for a minute, bro. We infiltrated y'all and found out where our base was a long time ago. All of our forces are out there. They would be lying. It will only be Kakashi, Itachi, Naruto, Sasuke, Minma, Karin, Sakura, Saruto, and Shinsei. And then they would bust in. And they would start taking down the Akatsuki. But Obito would get away. And he would start the war. Yes, sir! He would then start the war. And once the war started, they would be plowing through the White Zetsu. And Obito would then become a 10-tailed Jinchuriki. And Naruto would be able to take him. But then when Madara survived, he would kill Naruto and Sasuke. They would then get their 6 paths chakra. You know what I'm saying? They would beat on Madara. The same thing would happen to Kage on the show. You know what I'm saying? The same thing would happen to Kage in the show. But Naruto and Sasuke want to have one last fight. And it would be just like the Battle of the End, and they would end up blowing off each other's arms. Sasuke wouldn't need to, leave his arm as a place of, because of all his sins, like he did when he only had one arm in Boruto. And Naruto would keep his arm, So, we would have one arm Sasuke if I did do Boruto. And we'd have 2 armed Naruto, still. But Naruto would be more powerful because he knows all these seals, has a chakra natures, stuff like that. But the set of 6 paths would meet with Minma in the afterlife, and he would give Minma another ability of the Rinnegan. And it would be to him to see slightly into the future. A couple seconds or a couple minutes. so we can stop dumb shit from happening. Like Boruto cheating in the junior exams. If I do go to Boruto, which I'm probably not, because I honestly don't really like Boruto until like Momoshiki came, because Boruto's kind of a brat. I'm sorry, bro. I know people watch Boruto, but he's kind of a brat to me. Like, I knew Naruto in the show was a brat, but, like, Naruto was a cool brat. Like, Boruto has everything he could possibly want, but still complains. Like, your dad has to work, or you won't get what you want. Like, it's not that hard to comprehend. Like, but, yeah, let me get back to the story. Then, they will finally become Hokage and Uzumaki with their wives. Naruto's wives will be Shion and Sasuke's wife, Sakura. Well, Naruto's wife would be Shion and Hinata, and Sasuke's wife would be Sakura and Ino. Yes, sir. And then, that's the end of this video. You know what I'm saying? Thank you guys for, you know what I'm saying, watching the video. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn on post notifications for more bangers, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. Turn on more bangers. You understand me? Turn on post notification, more bangers. I'm making another video next. I'm gonna give y'all a sneak peek before I make it, you know what I'm saying? What if Naruto and Sasuke were brothers? So I hope y'all want to see this series, because it's probably gonna be the next series I come out with. Well, not series, but a movie I'm coming out with. Because I already have a series made, but I'm not gonna drop it until I finish these couple of movies I have to drop. You know what I'm saying? This is gonna be my next movie, and this is another sneak peek of the movie of the series I made. So you know what I'm saying? This is gonna be a sneak peek of the art of the series, of the new series, or a series I already made. I didn't drop yet, and this is the new movie that I'm making after this one. So tell me what you guys think about it, and I'll catch you guys later.